Yo, so my name is Aryan, and growing up, I was such an insecure, skinny kid. But over the last 4 years, what I've been able to do is put on over 15 kilos of muscle mass and actually feel good about the way that I look and confident in my own skin. Now, I've made every single mistake there is to make, and so now I help other guys who are skinny and they want to pack on muscle to be able to do that in record time, like way faster than me. It took me forever, but because I made all those mistakes, I'm able to help these guys out and actually help them put on muscle mass like very quickly, right? As promised in this video, what I'm going to do is show you exactly how Vaishnav was able to put on 5 kilos of muscle in just 90 days. Now, bro, like literally most people take like over a year just to put on 5 kilos. He did it in 90 days. And so there is a specific method and training program and nutrition that skinny guys need to follow in order to actually see results. And so I'm going to break down exactly what we did for Vaishnav in this video, and then hopefully you can apply those same principles to your training. So let's actually get into it. So number one is around nutrition. And so what we did for Vaishnav was basically look into exactly what he's eating and focus on basically 2 main things, which is 1, protein, and 2, calories. And so in terms of protein, what you want to aim for is 1.5 grams per kilo of body weight. That's like the minimum. That's the minimum you want to aim for. And that gives your body the right amount to actually start building muscle. But that's around the minimum. Like you could go up to 1.8 grams and that would be really good as well. The other part is to do with calories. Like you do want to be in a slight calorie surplus if you want to build muscle. It just helps your body, because you're eating a bit more, you're able to put on a bit more mass because you're burning less than what you're getting in essentially. And so just to keep it in very simple terms. And so for Vaishnav, what I did was we looked at exactly the foods he had available to eat that were high in protein, and then we mapped out like each meal, like, okay, these are the protein sources you're going to focus on. And I basically gave him the freedom to do it however he really wanted, like whether, however he wanted to prepare it and add whatever. But the main thing was like, these are the protein sources you're focusing on, and you just make sure that you hit this for each meal. And so we kind of strategized it in a way that allowed him to hit that goal consistently. So hitting that protein consistently, because that's the main thing. You want to be consistent with the protein, like not just for a week, but for let's say for the 90 days, you want a system where you can actually keep that up. All right, so the next part of the equation is your training. And so the thing is, for skinny guys, you need to train in a particular way. At least that's what's worked for me. Like a lot of the workouts you see online, it's just for guys and girls who want to lose weight, all right? And so you get these very generic, like, do these 10 exercises per workout, 3 sets each. It's very high volume. It's just a lot of junk volume. What we need to focus on as skinny guys is 2 different things. And so let me break that down for you. Number 1 is progressive overload. And so what this means is like you are getting stronger every single week or every single session. Now, some people think that you can't actually do that and you can't get stronger every single workout or every week, but that is actually a myth. Like that is almost like a limiting belief, bro. Like you definitely can be hitting PRs every single workout. You just need to understand how to do that and how to structure your workouts in a way that you can do that. Now, for example, Vaishnav was able to double his pull-ups in the first 30 days that we worked together. Like in the first 30 days, he went from doing 3 pull-ups to 6 in a row. Now, most people think that's not really possible, but it 100% is. You just need to understand how. Now, this video is not the one to break all that down, but that is the general idea that you want to be aiming for, which is, are you getting stronger every single workout? And part of that is your mindset as well. Like you need to push yourself in order to be like, okay, I'm going to break this barrier next workout. Like I got to 20 push-ups, I'm going to break it, I'm going to get to 21. And so you don't need to be setting crazy PRs every session, but you want to increase your reps or the weight you're doing at least by a little bit every single time. The second principle that we employed for him was to do with intensity. And so what this means is like most of the workouts like I was talking about before, where it's mainly for people who want to lose weight, it's just a lot of volume, it's a lot of cardio. And so but what we need to focus on as skinny guys is the intensity of our actual sets. So don't do too many sets. Like you want to just keep it between like maybe 4 to 8 sets per workout, but you want to train to failure. Training to failure means until you physically cannot do another rep. And that's when you actually start pushing your body to its limits. And that's when it realizes that it needs to level up, and it builds that muscle so that you can actually sustain that level of effort for your next workout. So your body adapts, and you need to force it to adapt and grow. And so those are basically the 2 training principles we set up in his training program. And then that's what actually allowed him to build that muscle, you know, within 90 days, where it takes most guys a year because they don't follow these simple principles. The last part of all of this is accountability. Now, you can have the best training program in the world, you could have the best nutrition plan, but it doesn't make any difference if you're not going to actually follow it, right? And so keeping him accountable through DMs, through the community that we have, and just hopping on calls as well to answer questions is what keeps people going. And that consistency, when that compounds, that's when you really start seeing like real results. Now, I don't want to just say that it's just about those three things, because there is one more factor that led to Vaishnav being able to do this really incredible transformation in just 90 days. And that's because he actually worked hard. Like, he put in the effort, followed the plan, he actually stuck to his diet, and he did all the hard work, and that's why he got to where he is now. And if you're someone who also wants to put in that hard work and you want to see these results, there'll be a link under this video where you can just apply to work with me directly, and then I'll kind of help you out and plan out, you know, your diet, your workout plan, and keep you accountable as well. So if that's something you're interested in, that information is below, so check that out. All right, in this next section, what I want to talk about is exactly what Vaishnav learned and what he felt was the most helpful. And so hopefully this kind of gives you an idea as well of like what you could implement into your own lifestyle and workout plans. All right, so this is what he found really helpful. So number one was the progressive overload method. And so this is what he says about it. The first and the most important one is progressive overload that you thought, because I've been doing workouts for 1 year before I joined the community, but after learning what progressive overload is and how it works, I started to reshape my workout routine. Then I came to know how fast the progress was. And so honestly, that was the same sort of realization for me as well. I had no progress for so long and I didn't really understand why. And it's because I just kept going to the gym, picking up the same weights, doing the same reps. And so when you're doing the same shit, man, you're not gonna see any improvement. Like, you gotta be able to improve, and having a proven method to do that for your body specifically is what really pushes you to your limits and actually allows you to improve exponentially. So the second thing was having like-minded people around him. And so this is what he says about that. The second one is having same-minded people around you. After coming to the community school app, it became the most useful app on my phone. Being around the same type of motivated people made me focus and push myself more. And so the lesson for you here is, like, I guess you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? And so in life, we don't always have like the ideal type of person we want to be that hang out with us in real life. And so we kind of do need to substitute that with the online sort of activities, the people you watch, the type of people you connect with. And so, or the stuff you listen to, like this, that is also like one of those people that you become an average of. And so surrounding yourself with a community of guys who are trying to level up and put on muscle mass and grow is a very, very good and valuable thing to be in. So the actionable part of this section for you is basically like, how can you find those people? Like, do you have friends that you can work out with? Can you join a team? Is there something you could do that allows you to be in that sort of environment? The last thing that he talks about is accountability and help. And so let's read what he says. I'm the kind of person who loves to work. If there is someone to take care of me, check on me often. In those cases, I will be more productive and consistent. So you played a major role in its progress. And this is definitely very, very important as well. Like, and I know for a lot of you guys watching, you might not have a coach, you might not have someone to keep you accountable in that way, but like, what you can do always is maybe work with a friend, maybe have a buddy, maybe have someone you check in on and they check in on you to make sure that you're getting your workouts done, that you're actually following your plan, or even some sort of accountability table or some sort of journal that you have to track. Like, there needs to be some way that you employ accountability into your own life and your workouts so that you actually stick with it, right? Like, because even if you have the best training plan, nutrition plan, it doesn't matter if you're not going to do it. And so that's the actionable part of that tip for you. How can you actually create a system for yourself where you are accountable every single time? So what does this all mean? Well, 3 things. Number 1, you need to have a training plan. Number 2, a consistent nutrition plan. And number 3, you need to be accountable if you want to see progress. So try to think about those 3 things and how you can implement that into your own life. And I guarantee that you will see better results in your own training. And so I hope this video has helped. Remember, there is that link if you want to work directly with me below as well. That's all for today. Peace.